Welcome to the Creators Adventure, where we interview creators from around the world hearing their stories about growing a business. My name is Brian McAnulty. I'm the founder of Heights Platform, and today I'm talking with Jorge Hernandez about how his transition from music production to learning online marketing led him on a journey to offering this business in the box type service to real estate agencies, and now his passion for online course creation. We're here today with Jorge Hernandez, the founder of MDi Digital Marketing Agency. He is an online business entrepreneur passionate about digital marketing. He's worked for companies such as Intel, BBVA, KPMG, and has helped hundreds of companies increase their conversions and generate sales on the internet. Jorge, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure seeing you.
Yeah, it's always great to be able to talk with some of our customers and hear from them. And you just let me know right before we started, actually, you are one of the ones who helped us in our platform with the Spanish localizations
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
Spanish language, which is awesome to hear.
Mhm. Yeah, it was.
So my first question for you is, you're a real estate and digital marketing expert. So can you tell us a little bit about your story and how you got started and got to this point where you're at now in your career?
Okay, I'm gonna start with the story. Um, let's see. I'm telecommunication engineer and sound engineer. And when I finished my studies in sound engineering, I was, producing electronic music as well at the same time in my spare time. So it was like my dream come true. So when I finished it, I started searching for a job here in Spain, and I didn't find any job as mixing engineer or mastering engineer or sound engineer. Nothing to do with that. So I was like
Mm,
really, really frustrated. And I said, okay, what I'm gonna do now? I don't know what to do. And I spent like few weeks thinking about what to do. And at the end, I said, hey, I'm just gonna create my own job. I wanna do it. I wanna at least get some experience on this niche. And I spent 4 years studying these studies, so I need to get it done and make some work on it. So I created a website called audiomasteringstudio.net. It was my first business online. And yeah, creating the website, it wasn't that hard. But then when I had the website, I said, okay, nobody is coming. I'm not getting customers. What's going on? I didn't know anything about digital marketing or whatever. So I started searching the net and surfing online just to figure out what to do to bring some customers, to bring traffic to my site. And I found out something called ACO, search engine optimization, and I started learning from that. And yeah, and to be honest, in 6 months, I got more customer that I could handle during in my day by day work.
it's great.
And it was like, okay, I'm working in what I want. I'm spending like 10 hours, 14 hours a day in the studio producing my own music, helping others to produce their music, mastering and release in record labels, in platforms like Spotify or Track It Down that is closed already now, or Beatport, these kind of platforms.
Sure, sure.
And it was like a dream come true. But somehow I realized that it was not scalable. I was selling my time, and that's it. And you have your limitation. It's like you have a gap. So I said, okay, I'm happy with that. I don't mind if I don't go out with friends. I don't mind if I don't meet my girl. I don't mind. I was just, in rolling with that beginning of the job and the project, and I was happy. But after a year or something, I got a tinnitus in my my right ear. I don't
Mm,
know if you know what it is, but it's just a tone in a frequency, just ringing 24 hours every single day for the rest of your life. So it was like really, really frustrating. I felt like really destroyed at that point. And yeah, and I decided like give it up and like start, using what I learned in digital marketing, like in ACO field, just to, giving services to customers and starting from that point. Because, the audio thing was killing myself. Luckily, I got better and that illness disappeared. So it was like revamping myself and starting again with this digital thing. So yeah, I said, okay, I'm gonna start giving ACO services to companies and people that already know me and know what I did with audio mastering studio. And hey, I want you to make me the same. And it was like, going from voice to voice and in that way. So it was when I started that online business. It was 2009 and I started a digital company 2011. And yeah, I started taking every single project, all markets, any niche. And it was really, really, hard work because even though it's marketing, digital marketing, and so on, but every single niche, behaves.
Yeah, every niche you have to kind of learn things all over again in a way.
Yeah. So I was in that process of learning a lot of niche and learning how to apply the digital marketing strategies to every single market. So it was like a little bit crazy. I learned a lot at those times, and it was happy at that moment. And then I moved to France, and it was a little bit harder to get customers from Spain living in France, even though you can work online and remotely. But I thought it was easier when I was here in Spain, and when I moved, it was a really bad idea moving to France. But yeah, I couldn't go back for that moment. So I decided making a niche website and monetize them with Google AdSense. So I just, all my knowledge in different markets start, using for creating that Google AdSense websites. So I made a living from that for a few years. And then when I went back to Spain, I said, okay, where am I going to live now? Should I live in Madrid? Should I live in Albacete, where I'm from? Should I try something new? And the something new thing was coming to Alicante, where I'm living now. It was in 2013. And this is a town in the east of Spain and close to the sea, close to the beach. So pretty comfortable, convenient, and easygoing city.
That's nice.
And, when I came here, it was like, hey, man, I love the international thing, the languages and so on, because I was living in Copenhagen for 1 year and a half, in Dusseldorf in Germany for a few times as well, and in many places in Spain, Madrid, Gandia, Valencia, So it was like, okay, I'm going to try this digital marketing thing with the international thing and also the real estate market, because here it was like pumping. It was like a really crazy, a lot of opportunities, and it was a really green market if you relate it with digital marketing. So it was like, okay, I'm going to specialize the agency only for realtors and real estate companies, constructors, developers.
So when you decided to do that, did you make the decision to do that only because you noticed there was this big opportunity for it, or do you feel like it was like, did you have any problems being so general before, like trying to do everything? Do you think that was too difficult?
Yeah, it became too difficult, and also I'm gonna be honest. I got tired of black hat SEO and making backlinks every single day and the same task day by day. It was like really tiring, and I need enhance myself and learn more stuff about copywriting, about funnels, about automations, about email marketing, about all the digital marketing fields, not only ACO, but I wanted to learn more stuff.
Sure.
So
yeah, well, I can relate to that because so for my business, we started as like graphic and web design. And we also started kind of general, saying, well, like, I know a little bit about video too. We can do video for you if you need that, or even like photography or something, but mainly graphic and web design, which was actually like more traditional print design and web design at the time. And this was back in 2009. And the websites then were a lot more simple. But we realized like we really enjoyed building the custom websites, making the unique design for someone. And then after doing that enough times, though, like it felt like we were solving the same problem. Well, everyone has a contact form, everyone has the About Us page. And so I think it's kind of similar. We kind of got, in a way, bored with that. We felt like we weren't learning anymore. So then it shifted into, well, what about web applications? Now we can build like this software. And so we started building the software, and now like every software product, there's all new challenges, because now it's like, well, everyone has a login system, but then what about after that? How is that software going to work? So then we enjoyed the new challenges with that, but then we felt, okay, well, the clients always want to mess it up. They always want to change something after you build it and say like, oh, well, we need it this way. And so we thought, well, what if we can just build our own software and do it the way that we want? And eventually that's what led us to our product Heights platform today. But it sounds like it was kind of similar for you, doing the same kind of thing with the SEO and the backlinks, and then thinking, well, how can I do something to continue learning in this digital marketing and doing new things?
Yeah, it's the same situation. At the end, you realize that you can't touch every single niche. You can't touch every single technology or field in digital marketing. So it's like, okay, I'm going to make a package, a service, a really big service where I'm going to make the best for my customer to get result. It's going to be like a high ticket, but that's it. It's going to be always the same funnel, the same traffic sources, the same implementation, everything really procedure and very automatized, and something like a business in a box, you know? So in that way, we could give much more value to our customer, because we take it to the end to get big results, and also to specialize and be happy every single day, because you know, I don't know how old are you, but I'm 40 now, and it's like you watch, you know, behind you, and it's like, oh my God, I spent all my life learning and achieving challenges. So it's like now you feel like, hey, I wanna go with everything I learned and all that experience. I'm gonna really change something for somebody. I want to get real results. You know, like in my case, selling houses to the whole Europe from my customers here in Spain, in the coast of Spain. So it was like getting something very specialized and forgetting about all the rest of the needs, because otherwise you get crazy. and
So you realized you wanted to take what you learned, and then you're ready to really want to make an impact with that. So I wonder, if you had to start again, though, from scratch, do you think that it was a good thing that you tried all of these different things leading up to what you started with, or not started with, but got to now? Or if you had to start again, would you rather start with something like what you're doing now and just specialize in that earlier?
You know what? Nowadays, it depends on your objective. You know, I'm a very curious guy. I need to try every single thing, and I really enjoy testing technologies, testing applications, testing software, testing SaaS platforms. I enjoy that in my day by day, but that doesn't pay the bills. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm getting a little bit tired of that, and really thinking about making an impact. So about your question, nowadays I wouldn't have studied sound engineering telecommunication engineering, I wouldn't do anything, because you can just specialize so much with great programs that you can find on internet and do whatever you want in your life. I mean, we are not touched about business, about marketing, about selling ourselves, about building your brand, about your finances. We are not touched about a lot of stuff that it's a really must. But for example, for me, telecommunication engineering, it was like 5 years of hard studying, spending every single day in the library studying, or in my room, and it was like a waste of time completely for me, because it's like they teach you to launch a rocket to the moon, but you are not gonna do it never. Maybe Elon Musk, but not me. So it's not necessary so much stuff to make a living and enjoy your life and doing whatever you want to do with your life. Nowadays, specialization is the key, is the real key to make money, to be more productive, to enjoy your life, and to make an impact in your customers. Specialization is the key.
Cool. Well, I think that's a great insight. I would add to that if someone is really at the point that they're starting out now, maybe you're just finishing school or something like this, and you're wondering what you're going to do, I think trying all those different things is helpful at a certain point, because it'll help inform you, well, do I enjoy this or not? But in the long run, if you're thinking, well, I'm going to be the most successful because I'm going to do everything, probably it's better to specialize in something.
I mean, if your objective is getting experience, learning, knowing a lot about everything, take my path. If you want to make money and specialize, just go for it. Make your objective, your target, and make the task that help you to get closer to that.
Cool. So it sounds like you've built, what you're saying is like this almost business in a box kind of service for real estate agents and things like this. Mm-hmm. Is that would that be your main source of revenue, like the main thing you do right now?
Yeah, right now is the main source. I mean, it's the 100% of the income in the company. We say we have a system with the algorithm you read on newspapers or whatever in the website, and it's very, very optimized to get customers from the whole Europe, indoctrinate them, mature them, positioning the builder or the developer as an expert in that area, and showing their houses in a properly way to touch the hearts and touch the pains in the way that they want to see more. They want to visit the village, they want to visit the property, they want to visit, talk to the agent, and at the end close the sale. That's the whole process in marketing, in sales. And at the beginning, the first years when we start, it was not an ending product in the way that they didn't have good result closing the deals, closing the sales. So I said, okay, we have to make something to improve their results, because it's okay. My part is the marketing and the digital marketing thing. It's not my business, but I want to make good result on them and their business, because tomorrow they are not going to pay you if they don't get results. So I said, okay, let's make a training for the telemarketing teams, the sales team, to show them how the whole strategy works, the digital strategy, how we get the leads, how we indoctrinate them, and what's the buyer journey they are gonna apply to that buyer in every single step, the script they have to use, the mindset they have to have on that moment of the buyer, and everything just to make to close the deal in a more efficient way. So in the past 2-3 years, we start training those guys and getting better results. So now, answering to your question, we are starting a new business line, and it's gonna be like the master program teaching agents and realtors to make everything we do but themselves.
Sure. So this is like your online course. This is what you're building with us right now, right?
The big online course.
All right. All right, great. So can you tell us a little bit more about that and I don't know how you've been working on it, exactly what it's going to do for these customers, and yeah, how did you fully get to this process of where you're at? So was it just that thinking, I need to find a way that we can actually closer guarantee the result for these customers, or just seeing this as an extension to your business? Yeah, anything else you can share about that?
Yeah, I mean, we have that high ticket service that is gonna stay there for sure, because the target customer is different. We are going for promoters, constructors, builders, and for the online course, we are going for the team, for the agents and for the realtors that are managing the leads we send them. So in the program, I wanted to make like the 7 years of experience, but compressed in 2 months, and in that way they can transform their traditional business, real estate business, into a real estate digital agency. So they don't even need to go to the office. They can work from home as we do. So everything starts in defining their customer, what customer they want to go, because it's not the same trying to find a buyer for a villa of $1 million than for an apartment of 100,000. So you have to be very clever defining that customer. After defining that, you have to set up the mindset that you are going to have to manage that lead. Also, the sources and the digital marketing strategy you are going to build up to bring that customers. It's not the same, you can't find same investors and buyers in Facebook than in Instagram, than in LinkedIn, than in, Google Ads, for example. So you have to be very clever and smart in the way of deciding where is your customer, as soon as you know which customer you want for your business. And then the way of proceeding and managing that lead in the CRM, and how set up the states for that budget journey, and then how to close the deal, how to make your script, and of course the always forgotten lesson, that is the mindset. Because if you don't have the proper mindset, it's like an entrepreneur. If you don't have the right mindset, you are fucked up. And I mean, anything you are doing is nothing. You need your mindset and follow the rules. So that's it. That's the program. And I already prepared the funnels, I prepared the campaigns, I prepare the automations, the webinar. Everything is gonna be evergreen, and I think it's gonna be something huge, because we have already 16,000 leads verified, just to make the launch and to see the results. Of course, I'm not gonna launch to that 16,000 at the same time. We are gonna make like a little bit of a split testing and get improvements in the next weeks, and then we will see to make the big one. So that's it.
Cool. Okay, so walk us through that. So if a new creator is like watching this now and they say like, wow, okay, so he built all this, he's going to launch this giant course, and has 16,000 leads. So they may be thinking, well, how did Jorge do this? So how long have you been working on this course? Like, of course, I understand it's the accumulation of all this knowledge that you've built in your digital marketing agency. But how long has it taken you to build what you've built now? And like, have you always been getting those leads? Like, is that a recent thing? Have you been working on the leads along the same time as building the course? Like, if someone was going to do what you did, what would they be? What would they be doing right now?
Okay. To be honest, we spent I spent like the last year creating the content, creating the lessons in Heights platform, creating all the educational material, like with the worksheets and with the videos and with the script and everything, just to make a really big impact program. Okay. And before last year, in 2019, I launched this book. It was an Amazon bestseller. It's Marketing Inmobiliario en la Era Digital. It's like real estate marketing in the digital era. And you know, I got lot of leads from this book, and also during the process of getting customers for my high ticket service, and also going to conferences, making online events, and you know, moving during for example, it was like 6-7 years moving during the last 7 years to make a brand, to let the world know myself, and and getting a big database to try to make a nice launch.
Okay, well, I think that's it. I think that answers it. That's the missing piece there, because so you mentioned before we started recording with me that you saw one of my YouTube videos talking about how you have to get the course out there and launch it, and you've been working on it quite a while, but people shouldn't think that just because you were working on the course, you weren't just sitting there working on the course. You actually, before that, you published this book, and so you have built this audience along the way. So I think that's still good, even though you've taken maybe longer than you wish you did now to maybe launch the course. I think that this is a good thing that you've built the audience, and that's what our audience should realize. If you're thinking about launching your own product, that you're building up that audience along the way. So when you do launch the course, now you have all these leads. In your case, you have 16,000 leads to tell about this new product.
Yeah, actually, you know, one of the Amazon reviews, the testimonials in the book, one of the buyers said, the book it's awesome, it's great. He's telling a lot of stuff, but I want to implement it. I need something to implement it. So give me more. So that give me more is gonna be the master. It's gonna be the program. So, but for the creators that are watching us, I mean, you don't need to do so much stuff I did, and you don't need to spend so many years. I mean, it's my personal experience, and it is the way I did it. But I think you can go much faster if you have things clear and just make your, what's your objective, what's your target, what's the lifestyle you want. And if you are good in something, just show it to the world. I mean, I was completely shut up for many years. I was like a mouse working in the lab, and nobody knows me. And it's a pity. Nowadays, it's a pity that nobody knows you, what you do, and the results you can get, because people must know. I mean, it's the way to help them.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think I can relate to that a little bit myself. Looking back a little bit, I feel similar, that I wish I put out some more content earlier, not just to grow like an audience or whatever, but because I have all this that I've been learning and studying, but the purpose of it is you want to impact other people with that. And so if you know all this, if you can do all this, but you're not helping people with it, then it's not actually that useful. So you want to, the reason that you and I are sitting here doing this interview today is because we got so sick of having all these skills that we want to talk about it. We have to talk about it with other people.
Yeah. I mean, I have the same feeling when you start the YouTube channel recently, and I don't, now I think you have maybe 200 subscribers or something. but I saw you since the first video, and in 30 videos you have now, you make a lot of improvement, and that helps
Thanks.
a lot. That helps a lot because even though the content could be better or worse, but you are making your message, your way of communicating, and letting people to know you. So yeah, we have to do that. I'm thinking about the YouTube channel for years, man. I didn't do it yet, but I hope with the automations and all the evergreen webinar, I'm gonna have more time to make that. But with the mouse lab thing I told you, and that feeling I think it was in 2014 when I went back from France and started living in Alicante. I felt like, okay, nobody knows me. And what I'm gonna do now, because I have to start again in Spain with the agency, and okay, I'm gonna make a blog and start making blogmarketing.es. That it was my personal branding thing at that moment, and I create my first course about that. I mean, my first course was actually Desarrolla tu marca personal con un blog. Develop your personal branding with a blog. And I didn't know anything about developing personal brand, but I read like a lot of books, making a lot of things, and at the end, with the experience of getting that blog marketing.es running, I make that course. Nowadays, it was like a lot of years ago. Nowadays, I have even I'm closer to 6,000 students. But what's the problem? That the course is in Udemy. So, you don't have the audience, you can't communicate properly with your customers, with your students. For the beginning, it's quite okay, but in the long term, business is not healthy. So
You want to have your own audience so you can communicate with them, so you can not only serve them better, but so when you have a new product, you can promote that to them, and so that they're actually your customer, that they can buy from you again, rather than being kind of Udemy's customer in that case.
Yeah, that was my first flirting with online courses in Udemy, but yeah, I'm going in the other way now.
That's great. So on this show, we like to ask all of our guests if they have a question that they would ask the audience. So if you could ask anything of our audience members, of creators right now, what would you want to know from them?
Yeah, my question is, do you have already set up your objective, your target in your life, in your lifestyle, in your business, in your professional career? If you don't have it, do it now. Because you are going to save a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy doing that. It's really crazy that we spend a lot of time thinking about what car we are going to buy or what house we are going to buy, but then we don't plan anything about our future, our career, and what we want in our life, and what lifestyle we want even. So that's my question.
Okay, so do you have that? And if you do, then what is that then, I guess, please? Yeah, that would be great for them to share.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's really great. I think that's all the questions that I have for you today. But before we get going, where can people find you online?
Okay, in the company website, marketingdigitalinmobiliario.com. Let me check. We have like several websites with the funnels and so on. Marketingdigitalinmobiliario.com. Okay, that's the official company. So that would be enough, I guess.
All right, great. All right, well, thank you again, Jorge, for coming on the show. It was great talking with you.
Big pleasure, mate.